Hi, it's Malcolm here, and in this video I'm going to show you a few upgrades I've done to the PR ratings and also a little play system that you might find quite interesting. I was talking to a friend the other day, and I've mentioned this in an email that I've sent out. Well, I was talking to a few friends the other day about selecting runners. We were having a little chat about it, and we all select runners in different ways. As most of you know, I'm a stats kind of guy. I like to go back and look at statistics and things like that. One of my friends is really into, form and looking at the past runs of the horse and that kind of thing, and maybe the trainer. Another one is really into trainers, just follows trainers all the time. Another friend of mine really likes courses. He just really sort of knows the courses and things that might happen, and he matches that up to horses that have run there before. But my other friend, he's like, he lives down the road a few doors actually, but he's really into the race cards. He looks through the race cards every day and examines the horses and the race they're in and puts them up against the others. Really does some detailed work. And a little while ago, I was showing him the new PR ratings, and he was quite excited about it because one of the problems with race cards is, of course, you've got lots of information and then you've got to get rid of it somehow. And he has some ideas about what horses he will probably select and which ones he will stay away from. So with the PR ratings, he was able to really, start dropping off runners from the race card and ending up with only a few that he really wanted to concentrate on. And it got me thinking that this is a really good way of training yourself to pick runners. And so what I've done is I've updated PR ratings over the last week or so and added, as you can, if you've seen the last video and this one, you'll notice that I've added several new filters for filtering out the races. I've also increased the number of tick boxes so you can get rid of the information that you don't want to look at. So it's coming on, and as I said, it's a work in progress, and it will take a while to get it to where I want it to go. It may even get a whole new look by that time, I don't know. But as you can see, I've added in extra bits and pieces. So let me give you a demonstration of what I mean by teaching you to select your runners. Now, if you've been into racing for any amount of time, you're probably going to have odd ideas anyway. Like, I'm going to show you a couple of mine as I go through and put this little idea together. And you'll see. Now, you may not agree with it at all. That's totally up to you. That's how things work. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to turn off results. Okay, so that's that one there. So the thing to do is turn off results so that you don't know who's won a race. Okay, then you can go back a few days or to another day. I'm going to go back to the first of the month. Okay, so we know the results are here, but we can't actually see them at the moment because they're turned off basically. Okay, now I'm going to deal with my rating figure. So 7, as I said in my last video, there's 8 in there, but there aren't any with 8, a green rating of 8 at the moment. So these are the horses that I've ended up with. Okay, now I've got some other criteria that I use, and I'm going to show you what they are. So I've selected green rating of 7. Now this is going to be a little place system, so I'm going to stick with 8 to, let that reset, to 12 runners in this particular case. I could have gone to 14, and you might want to have a look at that, but as I said, this is only a little idea. Okay, so 8 to 12 runners, green rating of 7. Now, I don't particularly like overexposed horses. Okay, so this column here is the number of runs the horses have had in our database. So I tend to keep that below, well, 14 or below. So I'm going to change that to 14. Okay, and as you can see, we're getting less and less runners, and we're actually down to about 1, 2, 3, 4 now. Okay, and finally, I've got this last 3 figure here, which is basically these 3 figures added together, and I like to keep that below 9 on some occasions. So on this particular occasion, anyway, so I'm going to change that to 9. Okay, that's left me with 3 runners. Now, there's one other thing I want to do here, for this particular idea. Now there's not going to be a great number of selections, but the idea behind these little systems is just to scrape a few points off the market a month. If you have enough of these going on, you can soon get up to that 20 to 30 points a month. So you're looking for little places where you can scrape a bit of money out of the market, and I'm sure with this system you can easily scrape 6 to 10 points out of the market a month. So finally, I'm only going to pick jockeys that have one run today. Okay, so I'm going to change that to one run, jockeys that have one run, and we're left with one selection. Did it win? Okay, let's have a look. So we're going to turn back on results. Okay, now remember this is a play system, and there you go, it came second, and we gained half a point. Okay, so how good is it? Well, as I said, it's only a quick system, so let's have a look for a few days. Now there aren't going to be a great deal of selections. Okay, but on the next day we had a second place at 2.43, which was a 6th rank runner, and another place of 1.75. And on the third, let's see, did we have any selections? Give it a couple of seconds to update. Been a bit slow. We didn't have any selections that day. Fourth. So we had 2 selections that day, 1 lost and 1 won. I think we're still probably up. I'll go 5th, see if there's any selections there. And again, we won there. So I'm not saying this is going to be a brilliant system by any imagination, but it just shows you how you can use the PR ratings to find little systems that will come up. And with the special link that we give you, oh, that's a new thing actually, you'll notice behind on the end of this link is now an ID number. If your link hasn't got that ID at the end, make sure it has before you use it, because you won't be able to get the selections. So there should be a number. If you've been on the server for too long without actually updating the page, it could have logged you out of the server, and it won't show the ID at the end of that. So make sure you see that at the end of that link from now on, otherwise it won't work. Yeah, so that's the idea. So you can literally go back and say to yourself, well, okay, I don't like these horses. I want horses that have done this, and you can obviously drill down a little bit more, and you can say, well, has that horse ran at that circuit before? Has it placed at that circuit before? Was it on similar ground, or is it similar class, that sort of thing? So there's a lot of things you can actually do with the PR cards to make life a lot easier for you. So I hope you enjoyed that video, and I hope it was useful to you. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.